If you hear these words, know this. It is no accident, but a calling resonance. Your soul, like a long-forgotten melody, has awaited this very response. The world you have grown accustomed to is merely a thin, shimmering ripple upon the boundless surface of an unfathomable ocean of existence. The events that crash upon you, quickening your heart, are not blind chaos. They are a grand, intricate symphony. But listen closely. This is not a melody that lulls and soothes. This symphony is meant to awaken. We stand at a threshold. And this is not simply a threshold of changing seasons, not merely a transition from one era to another. It is a threshold of consciousness. Before we step into the Holy of Holies, make your choice. Your like is not merely a sign of approval, but a declaration of your intent. Your subscription is an enlistment into the special ranks of those who relentlessly seek truth. Today we will touch upon a book whose title has long been synonymous with the inevitable end. But what if it is not an end at all? What if it is, in fact, a key to the events that preceded that very great flash that is so often spoken of, yet so little understood? The truth that they diligently hide behind a dense screen of news is astonishingly simple and simultaneously terrifying. It is hidden not in deep classified bunkers nor in dusty secret archives, but much closer. It lies within the very fabric of reality, in the words of ancient prophecies, in the silent whisper of distant stars, in the rhythm of our own breath. This is no mere conspiracy theory. It is a meticulously planned plot against your very consciousness. And with every breath you take, every tiny doubt you harbor, every smoldering fear, all of it serves as a brick in the rising wall of this invisible prison. I speak of the revelation of John the Theologian, or as we have come to call it, the Apocalypse Codex. This ancient text is not simply a collection of terrifying imagery, it is above all a map, a guiding thread leading to transcendence, to a higher existence. And what then is the Great Flash? It is not the end of the world, no. This is a farewell to the old world, to its phantom illusions. And this is the very beginning of true creation. Where then is this coveted code concealed? It is not contained within a single chapter, nor does it hide in one solitary verse. It manifests in the delicate interweaving of symbols, in the mystical resonance of numbers, in that very harmony of prophecies that, at first glance, have nothing in common. Look, for instance, at the leak from the Chimera Protocol. This is not the product of someone's imagination. It is merely one of the most crucial pieces of this grand puzzle. This protocol, the offspring of a secret council, does not describe war in the usual sense, but rather a synchronization of mental fields. What is their ultimate goal? The drive to suppress individuality, forging a singular, obedient consciousness orchestrated from without. Yet, as is often the case, their grand design reveals a darker, more sinister underside. We encounter similar, though veiled, concepts within a certain closed report of the Club of Rome. There, instead of a direct discourse on overpopulation, the phrase control over information flows is employed. These individuals keenly understand. True power lies not in gold or finance. Power is dominion over what people think. And an even deeper level of power is control over the very capacity to think. These insights, incidentally, are not solely a product of our time, but are rooted in a more distant past. Gazing into Nostradamus's lost quatrain from the 11th century, verse 93, we uncover lines speaking of stardust that will alter minds. This is no prophecy of war or disease, but a hint of profound transformation. It is precisely the transformation that some strive to control while others seek to attain. Kenshin, a hermit monk, priest and mystic, whose scrolls were discovered among the ruins of a burned monastery on the sacred Mount Kurama, wrote of a sonic resonance capable of shattering old paradigms. His words hold no room for poetic imagery. They are a precise description of the energetic processes that in our time we call quantum. And now, this harmonic resonance finds its reflection in other ancient prophecies. In Vanga's predictions of a great golden age that will follow a terrible trial. In the calculations of the ancient Maya about the great cycle, which is now concluding. and in the revelations of the Gnostics about the primordial darkness that must give way to the light of true knowledge. All their words sound in unison, narrating an inexorable transformation, a coming transition. But what does this mean for you personally? That inexplicable, piercing anxiety that grips you in the pre-dawn hours around 3 o'clock in the morning. This lingering sense of alienation when you gaze at unfamiliar faces on a bustling street. Believe me, it's not mere melancholy or a bout of the blues. It's your very soul, gasping for air within this familiar yet alien matrix. These harbingers, these quiet echoes of the coming great flash, are already palpably pulsing in the depths of your consciousness. The revelation meticulously details 3 key events that inevitably precede this grand transformation. The first to unfold is the opening of the seals. But what exactly is this? It's crucial to understand that this isn't about any physical unveiling, but rather the dissemination of information. It's a massive, uncontrollable spread of knowledge that will inevitably shatter outdated dogmas and beliefs. And we are already witnessing these changes. The internet, sudden leaks of classified information, anonymous sources, these are the first unsettling cracks in the once monolithic wall of lies. They try with all their might to curb these flows of information, but their power becomes truly unstoppable. It's akin to trying to halt an approaching tsunami with just one hand. And then comes the second stage, the trumpet call. This is not merely an awakening, but a profound awakening of consciousness. A time when people cease to blindly accept the fables imposed upon them and begin to ask questions. And when the answers come not from without, but from the depths of their own being. This call is the voice of your own soul, which you finally begin to hear. It is the moment when intuition becomes a far more reliable guide than any expert assessment. The third event, which we call the appearance of stars, is also not an astronomical phenomenon. It is the emergence of what we call the enlightened. These are individuals who have navigated the intricate alchemy of their own consciousness, those who have already grasped their true, profound nature. These stars, so often spoken of, are not some exceptional superhumans. No, it is you, it is us. It is those who have already taken that first, yet so crucial step on the path of transformation. Their presence, their unique, subtle energy, their words, all of it serves as genuine beacons for those still wandering in the darkness of ignorance. They are living, tangible proof that an exit from this state exists. And now finally, we approach the most important, the most pivotal moment. That which is called the Great Flash. What is it? No, this is not the end. This is a purification. Imagine a planet covered in a layer of ancient dirt. The Great Flash is not destruction, but rather a colossal cosmic storm that descends upon the world, washing away all accumulated grime, revealing and leaving behind clean, fertile land. It is a liberation from mental and emotional slag, from all that has built up over centuries. And like any operation, like birth itself, this process can be quite painful. The universe does not punish humanity. It burns away the poison of fear, ignorance, and base materialism. Your fragile personality, your inflated ego, which is like a crown of glass, will be ruthlessly shattered. The soulless system feeding you false values, these metallic veins that entangle your life, will be torn asunder. But do not fear. The prophets did not see a single person, a lone figure in the coming changes. They saw an entire army of awakened souls. They saw precisely you. You are not merely a part of a great prophecy. You are its living, tangible fulfillment. Revelation is not a prediction about the arrival of a savior. It is rather an activation code, a key to awakening the savior that slumbers within each of us, within each viewer. For each of us possesses limitless potential. We are capable of becoming creators of our own reality. And now the time of the Great Flash has arrived. This is precisely the period when this hidden potential begins to unfold. When the final seals are broken, when the trumpet blast heralding change rings out, and when the very stars begin to shine brighter than usual, then the Great Flash arrives. This is the very moment when the illusion we are accustomed to becomes unbearable, when the veil hiding the truth is lifted, and you will finally see reality as it truly is, without distortion or embellishment. It is the moment when your inner light becomes so powerful, so dazzling, that it can pierce any darkness, even the thickest. So what is it that you must do when you hear this call, this trembling summons to awakening? When exactly do you feel this resonance, this inner response? Now that your eyes are wide open, now that you see the truth, inaction becomes impossible. Your like is a brilliant flash of light, instantly visible across the vast network, penetrating even the darkest corners. Your share is a seed of hope, which you carefully plant in the barren desert of sleeping minds, giving it a chance to sprout. Your subscription is a vow, a silent yet firm promise to be part of this movement. If you feel ready for more, for active engagement, then our inner circle serves as your operational base, your headquarters. Your support through Super Thanks is invaluable energy that fuels our shared flame, our unquenchable fire in this arduous battle against the encroaching darkness. Remember, this path is not for everyone. The vast majority will choose to remain in the comfortable cave of their ignorance, tethered to the phantom shadows of illusion. But you are here, with us. You here, and that truly is enough. You are the seed from which the future itself will sprout. You are a tiny, yet brilliant spark, destined to ignite into a mighty blaze. Until we meet again, stay aware, remain connected to reality, and never cease seeking answers.